Here they are. First, discover some behind-the-scenes magic with our pen and ink cheat. Go to the cheat editor and enter D, L, K, T, D and R. Then select pen and ink from the cheat menu. Go back to the action and all the texture mapping has disappeared. It's a bit of a shame as you lose the detail, but it does give you a real insight into how the game was put together. Our second cheat has the opposite effect. It allows you to look at all the different people and dinosaurs you meet in greater depth. Before you start a game, access the cheat editor and enter T, H, B, S and T. When you return to the cheat menu, select Gallery Mode. From here, you can study your adversaries in glorious 3D. By zooming in and rotating, you'll see exactly what makes these creatures so fierce. But more importantly, it's the best way to really show off the game's magnificent creations. But if you just want to laugh, why not try our third cheat, Tiny Mode. At the cheat editor, enter D, N, C, H and N. Now select Tiny Enemy from the cheat menu. Every opponent you now meet will have shrunk in size, but be warned, they're as dangerous as ever, especially if you're not wearing shin pads. Using our cheats may not help Turok protect that all-important barrier between Earth and the Lost World, but it will give you a better understanding of how they made the ultimate dinosaur hunter. If there's one thing that doesn't stay still on the internet, it's the technology. Most of the advances have been in graphics, with animation and virtual worlds becoming commonplace. Now, though, sound and especially music are finding their way onto the web. For example, there was Baschhh, a competition to encourage young European-based bands. Music fans with a net connection and the right web software could watch and listen to the show from anywhere in the world.
You know what you do so well.
But for those of us who didn't have a connection, the music challenge was also being shown at cyber cafes. Normally a place to have a cup of coffee and go online, the electronic meeting area attracted just the right kind of people to the event.
It's an excellent new idea. It's tying together more cyber cafes around the country than have ever been in any kind of event before. It's bringing new music to new people in a new format.
The sound quality may not match that of a CD, but listening is only part of the attraction. This is also a rare opportunity for young musicians and songwriters to be seen and heard, not just at a live venue, but in many countries simultaneously.
We needed something else, like there's somebody else, some other company coming in and doing some different competition.
Sending music over the internet, either live or pre-recorded, has become the latest way to find an audience. The entertainment industry is, after all, always looking for new ways to sell its products. So, as more people switch on their PCs rather than their televisions, using the web to market music makes perfect sense. Still to come, why big names are joining small companies, and stand by for the next star of Nintendo.
Okay, Dan, what are you going to have?
Designing a top-selling game in today's highly competitive, high-stakes market isn't something just anyone can do. Simply being able to produce incredible graphics or think up strange and unusual characters won't get you very far. It's how everything slots together that really counts. Top artists, programmers and producers need high budgets to get their ideas onto our console or computer screens. To do that, they're often attracted to big companies who are willing to give them a lot of money in the hope that their games will be blockbuster hits. But despite this, the creators of games like Wing Commander and Quake are now actually leaving the larger software houses that have made them such a success to start all over again.
I think some of the real talent in the industry does want to break away because they want to get back to the basics. I know it's very difficult to work sometimes in a big consolidated company, and because these people have had great success, they can find the backing and they can have the resources to be able to continue to be creative in a small environment.
One of the biggest names to feel just that way was Peter Molyneux, founder of Bullfrog, a company he sold to Electronic Arts. Before the release of his last Bullfrog title, Dungeon Keeper, he was already hinting at his unhappiness.
The
very start, with 7 people, it's easy to make everyone creative, and if someone isn't creative, it's easy to spot that. But when you've got 100 people, it's much harder to do. To give you an example of Bullfrog, we used to, if we ever had a meeting, we had perhaps a meeting every 2 or 3 weeks. And with a corporate culture, there's meetings every 2 or 3 minutes.
Rich organisations are buying up smaller independents all the time, but there's no point if the best people in those companies don't want to stay. Eidos Interactive was formed from several existing groups, one of whom was Core Design, creators of Tomb Raider. Eidos weren't about to make its top coders unhappy by making them feel like a number.
Eidos as a company goes out and looks for small groups of development, and we don't have a 250-person internal development group because it just is not the way that the creative spark flies.
Whether it's Sid Meier with his Civilization series or David Perry bringing magic to MDK, it's brilliant individuals leading talented teams that create innovation and generate huge profits. Both sides are having to learn to respect what each one does best to help the industry grow.
Sid Meier and Peter Molyneux want to make great games. They don't want to sit on corporate boards and worry about corporate issues, but they're still going to be affiliated to big publishers. They're going to make the games they want to make, and then the big publishers are going to take those games out and bring them to the masses.
So the biggest players in the software game are still writing huge checks, but they finally realised that controlling creativity could be a bad idea.
Freedom! Yippee!
Joining the ever-growing number of specialised racing games is Formula Karts, another title in Sega's Kart series. Claiming to be the most realistic racer in its genre, but then who doesn't, Formula Karts boasts a fully 3D environment and some very realistic gameplay. Sega released Formula Karts on the PC before the Saturn. Although this seems strange at the time, Sega may need all the PC experience it can get, as their new 64-bit machine, the Saturn II, is rumoured to be using a computer-based 3D graphics card. Whether you choose to race in championship or arcade mode, the action is both fast and frantic. With speeds reaching 130 miles per hour, together with some sensitive handling, the gameplay is as near to real life as you're going to get. Formula Karts nestles neatly between the ultra-realistic Formula 1 titles and the more exhilarating rally games. By combining this subtle mix of 2 different racing genres, Formula Karts becomes a well-balanced game, but one that doesn't excel in any single area. Hard-Boiled is a game set in a bleak Los Angeles of the future. You are Nixon, a man who believes he has a happy family life, but is actually an android assassin. The memory of your wicked deeds is erased every evening. But now, Nixon's memory wipe has gone wrong, and you and the other androids are fighting for your freedom. So much for the clever story. This is a 3D blaster. Your mission is to reach the Nero Tower, home to a bad guy called Williford, and destroy his empire. There are plenty of things to blast, including tanks, runaway robots, and boxes of dynamite. But if you're looking for speed, this isn't the game for you. Hard-Boiled concentrates on detail. It has excellent 3D rendered graphics, absorbing gameplay, great backgrounds, and some rather spectacular explosions. Hard-Boiled is loosely based on a comic. If you're a fan of the series, however, you may be disappointed, as this is ultimately a computer game, not a story. That said, it is a lot of fun. Computers are everywhere these days, bringing games, educational titles, and the internet into homes all over the world. But there's one piece of hardware that adds a whole new dimension to your techno lifestyle: a printer. With Print-Paks, the traditional idea of sending letters by post is reborn for the age of email. Designing anything is made much easier with a little help from a CD-ROM. The appeal of this product is that you have something to show for your efforts at the end.
So they actually work on the computer, and then they have something, and they can get to use scissors and cut things out, make things for, you know, grandparents, mom and dad.
And the process is fairly simple, so even young users will find it easy.
My name is Max, and I'll be helping you along the way.
A huge library of illustrations is enclosed with the packs, including pictures of animals, scenery and backgrounds that are all available for you to use in your own designs. For a more personal touch, you can import your own pictures. All the Print-Paks software also comes with several art routines, which allow you to colour and paint pictures or apply various manipulation filters to take your designs into a new dimension. And for budding authors out there, the Create a Book Kit has all the materials you need to make 3 complete books. The magnet and the iron-on kits all come with supplies. If you run out, you can log on to the Print-Pak website and order more at the click of a mouse. This type of computer package combines old-fashioned cutting and pasting techniques with the versatility of high-tech interaction. It's a great way to encourage creative thinking and see the results straight out of the printer. So if you can imagine it, you can probably stick it onto your fridge, read it or wear it. And the best part is, it's up to you. Now here's our look at some of the most popular all-format games from around the world. Die Hard Trilogy is at 10, where the action always comes in threes. At 9, it's Micro Machines V3, the little racer that's big on fun. Fighting its way to number 8, it's the stylish combat game Soul Blade. Or battle it out against a team of 11 with FIFA 97 at 7. At 6, it's Super Mario 64, leaping his way through a 3D world. Still jumping and diving around the danger, Lara's back with Tomb Raider at 5. If you really want to get into trouble, try the frantic Carmageddon at 4. At 3, it's Rage Racer, where speed and skill rule the racetrack. Get shooting with International Superstar Soccer Pro at 2. And speeding its way to the number 1 spot, it's the incredible Mario Kart 64. As you've just seen, in the world of adventure gaming, there's a small Italian plumber called Mario who's always been on top. In Super Mario 64, the cheeky chap has complete freedom of movement within his own 3D world. Following on from such a successful game, where could Nintendo Adventures go from here? We found the future on the Nintendo stand at E3 Atlanta.
It's a game similar to Mario in terms of it's a great character that consumers can really become attached to.
Nintendo turned to the designers of some of their most popular games, UK development team Rare. These are the people who breathed new life into the 16-bit SNES system in the Donkey Kong Country series of games. They continued with 64-bit success and titles like Blast Corps. Now there's Banjo-Kazooie, an adventure game that promises to deliver even more than Mario in the friendliness stakes.
Banjo, the honey bear, and the bird, Kazooie, show a lot of emotion. They react to their environment, so for the first time, if they look up the hillside at something, you know, they're helping the player see something they may not have caught.
But Banjo is not alone in this 3D world. He's joined by a medicine man who can transform our hero into other forms. Now the game takes on a whole new dimension that makes collecting those all-important magical items even easier. Banjo's other friend is a red bird who lives in his backpack. He helps him to climb steep hills and even swim underwater. From this sneak peek, Banjo-Kazooie certainly has a lot in common with Mario 64, but with its lush landscapes and colourful graphics, this game promises to fly Nintendo 64 owners to a whole new world. The Italian plumber had better watch out, because there are a couple of new guys in town. They're Fluffy, they're Banjo and Kazooie. I can't wait to see more of that one. There were so many exciting games at E3 in 1997. If there are any you particularly want to see, why not write a letter or send an email and tell us what they are. Before we go, here's one more treat from the show, a glimpse of giant robots from another world. It's Steel Legions. See you next time.